High in the trees, beneath the reeds, and even carved into cliffs, hidden wonders of the natural world await discovery. Welcome to BBTV Official, where today we unveil the extraordinary 32 most amazing nests in the animal world. Each nest is a testament to survival, crafted with precision, love, and ingenuity. Let us guide you into this captivating world, where every twig, every thread, and every grain of mud tells a story of persistence, adaptation, and beauty. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a journey into the wonders of the bird's world. The journey begins now. Rufous hornero nest. The Rufous hornero is a striking bird native to South America, particularly found in countries like Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and Paraguay. Known for its bright reddish-brown feathers and cheerful song, this medium-sized bird is best recognized for its extraordinary nest-building skills. When it comes to choosing a nesting site, the Rufous hornero is very particular. It prefers elevated, stable surfaces such as tree branches, utility poles, rooftops, or even fences. The location must offer safety from predators, as well as ample exposure to sunlight to help keep the nest dry and warm. Once the site is chosen, the bird begins gathering materials. The primary components of the nest are mud and clay, which the hornero collects after rainfall when the earth is moist and easier to mold. To strengthen the structure, the bird mixes in grasses, twigs, and other plant fibers, providing both insulation and stability. The nest itself is a round, oven-like structure with a small entrance on one side. Inside, the hornero creates a partition, separating the entryway from the nesting chamber, which provides additional protection against the elements and potential intruders. Typically, the nest measures about 12 inches in diameter and can weigh between 9 to 11 pounds. Building the nest is a time-intensive process. Both the male and female hornero work together, and it usually takes them about 2 to 3 weeks to complete it, depending on the availability of materials and weather conditions. Once finished, the nest is sturdy enough to be reused for several seasons, and sometimes even other animals take advantage of it after the horneros move on. Baya weaver nest. The Baya weaver, Ploceus philippinus, is a strikingly colorful bird native to South Asia, particularly found in countries like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. Known for its elaborate and intricately woven nests, the Baya weaver is a true master of craftsmanship. When selecting a location for its nest, the Baya weaver prefers tall trees or shrubs, especially those near water sources. The site must provide a safe space to protect the nest from predators while offering a stable structure for weaving. The nest itself is suspended from the branches, often hanging over water. The bird gathers materials such as grass, leaves, and strips of palm fronds, weaving them together into a complex and tight-knit structure. The male begins by weaving a long, hanging entry tunnel, which serves as both a protective barrier and an attraction to females. The Baya weaver's nest is typically large, measuring about 10 to 12 inches in length and about 6 to 8 inches in diameter, depending on the size of the tree and the available materials. Constructing one of these intricate nests can take the male several days, often around 3 to 4 days, but it may take longer depending on the complexity of the nest and the male's skill level. Once completed, the nest is checked and repaired regularly to ensure it remains intact. If a female is attracted to the nest, she will inspect it and may choose it as a suitable place to lay her eggs, solidifying the male's success. The Baya weaver's nest-building process is not only a marvel of natural engineering, but also a testament to the bird's ingenuity and the role it plays in the delicate balance of courtship and survival. Long-tailed tit's nest. The long-tailed tit, Egathalos caudatus, is a small, endearing bird found across Europe and Asia, known for its fluffy appearance and strikingly long tail. Despite their tiny size, these birds are remarkable architects, constructing some of the most intricate and beautiful nests in the bird world. Long-tailed tits typically choose dense shrubs, hedgerows, or the fork of a tree as the location for their nests. These spots offer both camouflage and protection from predators. The nests are skillfully hidden among foliage, making them difficult to spot. The construction materials include moss, lichen, spider silk, and feathers. The moss forms the primary structure, while lichen is woven into the exterior for camouflage. Spider silk acts as a natural glue, binding the components together and giving the nest flexibility to expand as the chicks grow. Feathers are used to line the interior, creating a warm and soft space for the eggs and chicks. The nest itself is a domed, oval-shaped structure with a small entrance near the top. It measures about 6 to 8 inches in height and 4 to 5 inches in width. The finished product is not only sturdy, but also elastic, capable of accommodating a growing brood. Building one of these intricate nests is a time-consuming task, typically taking the pair about 2 to 3 weeks to complete. The process involves relentless effort, with the birds making hundreds of trips to collect materials. The dedication and skill involved in constructing a long-tailed tit's nest are truly extraordinary. These tiny birds showcase the incredible complexity of nature, proving that size is no limitation to creating something remarkable. Their nests stand as a symbol of collaboration, resourcefulness, and the beauty of avian life. Sociable weaver nest. The sociable weaver, Philotirus socius, is a fascinating bird species native to the arid regions of southern Africa, particularly in Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa. These small, sparrow-like birds are known for their exceptional ability to build the largest and most complex communal nests in the bird world. These nests are not just homes, but thriving hubs of social activity, housing multiple generations and sometimes hundreds of birds at once. Sociable weavers typically choose tall, sturdy structures, like large trees or utility poles as the foundation for their nests. The location is selected for its stability and height, which provide protection from predators and allow for easy access to food sources. The nests are constructed using dry grasses and twigs, woven tightly together to create a massive structure. The design includes multiple chambers, each with a small entrance, acting as individual nesting spaces for different pairs or families. These chambers are insulated to keep the interior cool during the scorching days and warm during chilly nights, demonstrating the bird's remarkable adaptability to their harsh environment. The size of a sociable weaver nest can be astonishing. Some nests span up to 20 feet across and weigh over a ton, housing as many as 100 nesting chambers. Building such a monumental structure is a collaborative effort that can take months or even years, with constant maintenance and additions over time. The nest becomes a permanent structure, used by successive generations of sociable weavers, and even occasionally shared with other species like owls or falcons. Kookaburra nest. The kookaburra, a member of the kingfisher family, is an iconic bird native to Australia and parts of New Guinea. Known for its loud, distinctive laughter-like call, the kookaburra is often associated with the Australian wilderness. These birds are not just famous for their voices, but also for their unique nesting habits, which highlight their adaptability and resourcefulness. Kookaburras prefer natural tree hollows or excavate their nests in softwood trees or termite mounds. The choice of location depends on the environment, with termite mounds being particularly common in areas with fewer trees. Unlike many other birds, kookaburras don't use sticks or grasses to construct their nests. Instead, they rely on the natural cavity, or dig out a space, leaving a smooth, rounded nesting chamber. The size of the nest varies based on the cavity, but typically the entrance is just large enough for the adult birds to fit through, ensuring added security. The interior chamber is spacious enough to accommodate the parents and their clutch, which usually consists of 2 to 4 eggs. Building or preparing a nest can take several days to weeks, depending on the hardness of the material and the availability of a suitable site. Marsh wren nest. The marsh wren, Cystothoris palustris, is a small, energetic songbird found in wetlands across North America. Known for its bold personality and constant, bubbling song, this bird thrives in marshes and cattail-lined waterways. What sets the marsh wren apart is its remarkable nest-building behavior, as males construct multiple nests as part of their courtship display and territorial defense. Marsh wrens build their nests low in dense vegetation, typically in cattails, reeds, or bulrushes. The site is chosen for its concealment and proximity to water, providing safety from predators and easy access to food. The male begins the process by constructing several dummy nests, which are incomplete structures designed to deter rivals and impress potential mates. Once a female selects a mate, she helps complete one of the nests for raising their young. The nests are globular in shape, tightly woven from grasses, reeds, and plant fibers, with a small side entrance that faces away from the wind. The interior is lined with soft materials like feathers, cattail fluff, or fine grasses, creating a cozy chamber for the eggs. Finished nests typically measure about 5 to 7 inches in diameter, large enough to hold the clutch of 3 to 6 eggs. Constructing a single functional nest can take several days to a week, depending on the availability of materials and weather conditions. By creating multiple nests and strategically choosing safe locations, these little birds ensure the survival of their young while showcasing the intricate and industrious nature of wetland wildlife. Bowerbird nest. The bowerbird is a fascinating species native to Australia and New Guinea, renowned for its extraordinary courtship displays and unique approach to nesting. Unlike most birds, male bowerbirds don't build traditional nests for eggs. Instead, they construct elaborate structures, called bowers, to attract and impress females. These bowers are not used for raising young, but serve as an artistic display of the male's skill and fitness as a mate. Bowerbirds carefully select a flat, open area on the forest floor, or within dense shrubbery for their bower. The site is chosen to maximize visibility while providing some natural protection from predators. The materials used depend on the species, but often include sticks, grasses, and moss, which are meticulously arranged into intricate forms. Some species, like the satin bowerbird, create a tunnel-like structure of upright sticks, while others, such as the Vogelkop bowerbird, build large, domed bowers. Males decorate their bowers with colorful objects such as berries, shells, feathers, and even man-made items like bottle caps or pieces of glass, often favoring one specific color to create a cohesive theme. The size of a bower varies by species, with structures ranging from 1 to 5 feet in diameter or height. Building a bower is a time-intensive process that can take several weeks or even months, as males constantly refine their creations and add decorations. During this time, they also perform elaborate courtship dances to further impress visiting females. If a female is satisfied with the male's bower and display, she mates with him, but she builds a separate nest elsewhere to lay her eggs and raise her chicks. Sandhill crane nest. The sandhill crane, Antigone canadensis, is a majestic bird native to North America, known for its elegant stature, distinctive trumpeting calls, and graceful courtship dances. These large, long-legged birds are often found in wetlands, grasslands, and agricultural fields, where they feed, breed, and raise their young. Nest building is a critical part of their life cycle, reflecting their strong bond as a mating pair and their ability to thrive in diverse environments. Sandhill cranes typically build their nests in shallow wetlands or marshy areas with standing water, which provides both safety from predators and access to food. The nests are usually placed on small, natural islands or floating vegetation to keep them elevated above the waterline. Both the male and female work together to construct the nest, using a variety of plant materials such as reeds, cattails, grasses, and twigs. They gather these materials from the surrounding area and pile them into a mound, which is then shaped into a flat, circular platform. The size of a sandhill crane nest is substantial, often measuring 30 to 40 inches in diameter and several inches high, large enough to support the adult cranes and their eggs. Constructing the nest typically takes a few days, although the pair may continue to add to it throughout the breeding season to ensure its stability and comfort. Once complete, the female lays 1 to 3 eggs, and both parents take turns incubating them. Common tailorbird nest. The common tailorbird, Orthotimus sutorius, is a small, lively bird found across South and Southeast Asia. Known for its bright green plumage, upright tail, and melodious chirping, this tiny bird is a familiar sight in gardens, forests, and urban areas. When building a nest, the common tailorbird carefully selects large, broad leaves, often from bushes or small trees, to serve as the foundation. The bird stitches these leaves together using plant fibers, spider silk, or even human-made threads, earning it the name tailorbird. Using its sharp beak as a needle, the bird pierces holes in the leaves and weaves the material through them, creating a secure, pouch-like structure. Inside, the nest is lined with soft materials such as cotton, grass, or feathers to create a cozy environment for the eggs and chicks. The nest is typically small, around 3 to 5 inches in diameter, just large enough to house the female and her clutch of 2 to 4 eggs. It is strategically placed in dense foliage to remain hidden from predators and shielded from harsh weather. Constructing a nest is a meticulous process that can take the tailorbird several days to complete, depending on the availability of materials and the size of the leaves. Apostlebird nest. The apostlebird, Struthidea cinerea, is a social and highly cooperative bird found in the woodlands and scrublands of eastern Australia. Named for its tendency to live in groups, often numbering around 12 individuals, this grayish-brown bird is known for its communal lifestyle and collaborative approach to nesting. When building a nest, apostlebirds select a site in the fork of a tree branch, usually at a moderate height, to provide both security and stability. The nests are cup-shaped structures made from a unique mixture of mud, grass, and other plant fibers, which the birds collect and mold together. These materials are often moistened with water to make them pliable, and the birds use their beaks to shape the nest. Once the outer structure is complete, it is lined with softer materials such as feathers and fine grasses to create a comfortable interior for the eggs. The nests are relatively large, with a diameter of about 8 to 12 inches, and can accommodate the eggs and the brooding adult comfortably. Building a nest is a communal effort, with multiple members of the group contributing to the collection of materials and construction. This process typically takes several days to a week, depending on weather conditions and the availability of resources. After construction, the nest becomes the centerpiece for the group's cooperative breeding efforts, with multiple individuals helping to incubate the eggs and care for the chicks. Bee-eater's nest. Bee-eaters are colorful, agile birds found across Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia, known for their vibrant plumage and graceful flight as they catch bees and other insects mid-air. These birds are social by nature, often seen in flocks, and sometimes nesting in large colonies. Bee-eaters build their nests by excavating tunnels in sandy or earthen banks, often along rivers, cliffs, or even flat ground with soft soil. The birds select locations that offer easy digging and good drainage to prevent flooding. Both males and females work together, using their sharp beaks to chip away at the soil and their feet to clear out the loose debris. The tunnels are carefully angled upward to keep them dry and safe from predators. The tunnels typically range from 2 to 10 feet in length, depending on the soil's firmness and the species of bee-eater. The nesting chamber at the end of the tunnel is just large enough to hold the clutch, which usually consists of 4 to 7 eggs. Cape penduline tit nest. The Cape penduline tit is a small, agile bird found in the scrublands and forests of southern Africa, particularly in South Africa and Namibia. This charming bird is known for its striking plumage and delicate, high-pitched song. But what truly sets it apart is its incredible skill in building one of the most intricate and beautiful nests in the bird world. The bird typically chooses a high, sturdy branch of a tree or shrub for its nesting site, preferring locations with good cover to shield the nest from predators. The Cape penduline tit is known for its skill in weaving, and it uses this talent to construct a small, hanging, pouch-like nest. To build the nest, the bird gathers a variety of materials, including plant fibers, cotton, feathers, and even spider silk. The nest is woven tightly and skillfully, creating a secure, insulated environment for the eggs. The size of the nest is compact, with an average diameter of about 5 to 7 inches, and it hangs suspended from the tree branch, often swaying gently in the breeze. The interior of the nest is lined with softer materials like feathers and fur to create a cozy, warm space for the eggs and the chicks. Building the nest typically takes the female several days to complete, with both the male and female contributing to gathering the materials. Southern masked weaver nest. The southern masked weaver is a striking bird found across southern Africa, known for its vibrant yellow plumage and the elaborate nests it constructs. This weaver species is particularly well known for the complex, intricate nests it builds, which are not only functional but also serve as a display of the male's skill and suitability as a mate. When constructing a nest, the male southern masked weaver carefully selects a sturdy, tall tree or shrub, often near water, as the site. The location is crucial, as it must offer safety from predators and be in an area where food is readily available. The male weaver starts by weaving the foundation of the nest using long grasses, plant fibers, and palm fronds. The nest is suspended from the tree, hanging from a branch by a single point, making it a secure and safe location for the eggs and chicks. The size of the nest is typically about 10 to 12 inches in diameter, with an elongated entrance that faces downward. This opening is designed to protect the eggs from rain and predators. Constructing the nest can take anywhere from several days to a week, depending on the complexity of the structure and the availability of materials. The male often builds multiple nests in the same area, and the female chooses the one she finds most appealing to lay her eggs. Pileated woodpecker nest. The pileated woodpecker, Dryocopus pileatus, is a large, striking bird native to North America, known for its dramatic black and white plumage and bright red crest. These woodpeckers are often found in mature forests, where they create distinctive, deep drum-like calls and use their powerful beaks to excavate large cavities in trees. When selecting a site for their nest, pileated woodpeckers typically choose tall, dead, or decaying trees that are soft enough to excavate yet sturdy enough to support the nest. These trees are often located in forests with a mix of hardwoods, where the woodpeckers can find plenty of food in the form of insects, especially carpenter ants and beetles. The female will usually choose a site that is about 10 to 50 feet above the ground, in a tree that is sheltered by surrounding foliage to provide some protection from predators. The nest itself is a cavity carved out of the tree trunk or large branch. The pileated woodpecker uses its strong beak to chip away at the wood, creating a hole that can be 12 to 24 inches deep and several inches in diameter. The nesting chamber at the end of the cavity is where the female lays her eggs. The process of excavating the nest can take anywhere from a few weeks to over a month, depending on the condition of the wood and the bird's experience. Once completed, the nest is lined with wood chips, which are discarded as the hole is hollowed out, providing a clean, dry area for the eggs. Montezuma oropendola nest. The Montezuma oropendola, Sarcoleus montezuma, is a strikingly beautiful bird found in the tropical forests of Central America, particularly in countries like Costa Rica and Panama. Known for its vibrant yellow tail feathers and unique pendulous nests, the Montezuma oropendola is a fascinating species both in terms of appearance and behavior. The Montezuma oropendola builds its nests in tall trees, often choosing those with horizontal branches for support. These trees are typically located near water sources, which help provide a safe environment and a steady food supply. The nests themselves are large, hanging structures that dangle from the branches like a sack. The male selects the tree and helps gather the materials, but it is the female who takes the lead in construction. She weaves the nest using strong, flexible fibers, such as palm leaves and grasses, and secures it by tying the materials to the branches. The nest is built to be both secure and spacious, offering enough room for the female to incubate her eggs comfortably. Montezuma oropendola nests are impressive in size, often reaching up to 3 feet in length. The nests are deep, with a wide opening at the top and a narrower base, and they hang down from the branches like a pouch. The female lays her eggs in the safety of this suspended structure, where they are protected from most ground predators. Constructing a nest takes about a week or two, depending on the availability of materials and weather conditions. The hanging nests are not only practical, but also provide a visual spectacle, adding to the beauty of the bird's natural environment. Hamerkop nest. The hamerkop, Scopus umbretta, is a fascinating bird found in sub-Saharan Africa, notable for its distinctive hammer-shaped head and large, robust build. Known for its adaptability, the hamerkop can be found in a variety of wetland habitats, from rivers and lakes to marshes and coastal areas, where it uses its remarkable nesting techniques to build a safe, secure home for its young. When selecting a site for its nest, the hamerkop looks for a tall tree near water, often choosing one with a strong, sturdy branch. The nest is built in a fork, or at the intersection of multiple branches, which provides both stability and protection from predators. The hamerkop is a dedicated builder, gathering a variety of materials to construct its nest. These can include sticks, twigs, reeds, and grasses, as well as mud and feathers. The bird uses its beak to weave and arrange the materials, creating a large, bowl-shaped structure that is built up over time. Hamerkop nests can be truly massive, with some reaching up to 5 feet in diameter and weighing several hundred pounds. The nests are often built in layers, with the outer part being sturdier and made of larger twigs, while the interior is lined with softer materials for comfort and insulation. The process of building a nest can take several weeks to complete, depending on the complexity and availability of materials. The Hamerkop also often adds new layers to the nest over time, occasionally reusing old nests and modifying them for future use. Bald eagle nest. The bald eagle is one of North America's most iconic birds, symbolizing strength, freedom, and resilience. Known for its striking white head and tail contrasting with a dark brown body, the bald eagle is also famous for its impressive nest-building skills. When selecting a site for their nest, bald eagles carefully choose tall, sturdy trees that are close to water, offering both a good vantage point and access to food. They often prefer trees like pine or cottonwood that have strong horizontal branches, which can support the heavy structure of the nest. The nest is typically built high in the tree, sometimes as much as 100 feet off the ground, ensuring both safety from predators and protection from the elements. In some cases, eagles may even use old nests built by other large birds. Bald eagles build their nests using a variety of materials, including sticks, twigs, moss, grass, and even mud. They begin with large sticks to create a strong foundation, which they then line with softer materials like grasses and feathers to create a more comfortable interior. These nests can be enormous, often reaching up to 5 to 6 feet in diameter and weighing several hundred pounds. The process of building a nest can take several weeks, with both the male and female working together to collect materials and construct the structure. In some cases, eagles will continue to add new layers to their nests year after year, making them even larger over time. Hummingbird nest. The hummingbird is a tiny yet remarkable bird, known for its dazzling iridescent feathers and rapid hovering flight. These little birds are found throughout the Americas, from north to south, thriving in a variety of habitats ranging from gardens to forests. Despite their small size, hummingbirds are expert builders, creating incredibly delicate and intricate nests that are as extraordinary as their flight capabilities. When it comes to selecting a location for their nest, hummingbirds typically choose a safe spot in a tree or shrub, often in a location that is sheltered by leaves or branches to protect the nest from harsh weather and predators. The site is typically chosen for its proximity to flowering plants, as hummingbirds need easy access to nectar sources. The nest is usually positioned at a height of 3 to 15 feet above the ground, providing enough cover while allowing the birds to keep an eye on their surroundings. Building a hummingbird nest is a meticulous process. The female hummingbird does all the construction work, gathering materials from her environment. She uses plant fibers, spider silk, and even bits of feathers to create a soft, secure home. The nest is typically about the size of a $50, often no larger than 2 inches across, with a soft, elastic quality that allows it to expand as the chicks grow. The materials are expertly woven together, with spider silk providing the strength and flexibility needed to keep the nest intact and secure. It usually takes the female anywhere from 3 to 7 days to complete the nest, depending on the availability of materials and weather conditions. Magpie-lark nest. The magpie-lark, Grallina cyanoluca, is a distinctive bird native to Australia, easily recognized by its striking black and white plumage and melodious calls. Often seen near waterways, open woodlands, and urban areas, The magpie-lark is a highly adaptable species that builds its nest with careful attention to detail. When selecting a location for their nest, magpie-larks prefer to build in trees, shrubs, or on man-made structures such as power poles and bridges. They choose sites that are typically low to the ground, within easy reach of water or grasslands where they can forage for food. The nest is often located in a forked branch or on a sturdy horizontal surface, providing both stability and safety for the eggs. Magpie larks are known to be very specific about the site, preferring sheltered areas that offer protection from predators and the elements. The pair gathers materials from their surroundings, using twigs, grasses, mud, and even feathers to build the nest. The male usually collects the materials, while the female is responsible for arranging them and shaping the nest. The nest is built in a bowl shape, with a sturdy base made of twigs and a softer, more comfortable lining, made of finer grasses and feathers. The size of the nest typically ranges from 8 to 10 inches in diameter, with a depth of about 4 to 5 inches, offering just enough room for the eggs and young chicks. The building process takes around 7 to 10 days, depending on the availability of materials and weather conditions. Purple-rumped sunbird nest. The purple-rumped sunbird is a small, colorful bird found in South Asia, particularly in areas like India, Sri Lanka, and parts of Southeast Asia. Known for its vibrant plumage and energetic behavior, the purple-rumped sunbird is often compared to a miniature version of a hummingbird due to its ability to hover while feeding on nectar from flowers. Despite its small size, this bird is skilled at building intricate nests that provide safety and comfort for its young. When selecting a location for their nest, purple-rumped sunbirds prefer to build in shrubs, trees, and bushes, usually in locations that are sheltered and somewhat hidden. These birds often choose areas near flowering plants, ensuring easy access to their primary food source. The nest itself is a compact woven structure made from a variety of materials. The female gathers plant fibers, grass, cobwebs, and even feathers to create the base of the nest. She carefully weaves these materials together, creating a cup-shaped nest that is lined with soft fibers to keep the eggs warm and insulated. The size of the nest is quite small, measuring about 3 to 4 inches in diameter and about 3 inches deep, just large enough to house the eggs and later, the chicks. The construction of the nest typically takes about 3 to 5 days, with the female working diligently to ensure that each layer is secure and well-formed. Fairy martin nests. The fairy martin is a small, agile passerine bird native to Australia, known for its swift flight and striking appearance. With its dark brown upper parts, white underparts, and slightly forked tail, the fairy martin is often seen flying in groups over wetlands, rivers, and other open landscapes. These birds are also renowned for their unique nesting habits, which involve building intricate mud-based nests in colonies. Fairy martins prefer to nest in areas near water, as they rely on the abundance of insects in these environments for food. They typically choose cliffs, bridges, and man-made structures like culverts or tunnels for nesting sites. The nest itself is a small, round cup made from mud, grasses, and plant fibers. To build their nests, the fairy martins collect mud from puddles, ponds, or wet ground, using their beaks to mold it into the desired shape. The nests are typically about 3 to 4 inches in diameter and about 3 inches deep, just large enough to hold the eggs and, later, the chicks. The process of constructing a nest takes about 2 to 3 days, with both the male and female involved in gathering materials and shaping the mud into a sturdy structure. The nests are often built in colonies, with many birds working together in close proximity, creating a fascinating sight as the structures are constructed side by side. Great hornbill nest. The great hornbill is a magnificent bird native to the tropical forests of Southeast Asia. Known for its impressive size and striking appearance, the great hornbill is easily recognizable by its large, colorful casque on its beak and its dramatic black and white plumage. These birds are arboreal, spending much of their time in the dense forest canopy, and they are also known for their fascinating and complex nesting habits. To build their nest, great hornbills do not construct a traditional nest from sticks and twigs. Instead, they utilize existing tree cavities, sealing themselves inside with a combination of mud, feces, and plant materials. The female enters the cavity and seals herself inside, leaving just a small opening through which the male can feed her. The male plays an essential role in bringing food to the female during the incubation period, as she remains in the cavity, guarding the eggs. The size of the cavity varies, but it must be large enough to allow the female to comfortably incubate the eggs and eventually care for the chicks. The process of nest preparation and sealing takes about a week, and the incubation period typically lasts around 40 days. Cactus wren nest. The cactus wren is a hardy, desert-dwelling bird native to the southwestern United States and parts of Mexico. Known for its distinctive brown and white-streaked plumage, the cactus wren is particularly well adapted to life in the harsh, arid environments of the desert. This bird is often seen hopping around cacti and shrubs, where it finds both shelter and food. One of the most fascinating aspects of the cactus wren is its ability to build a nest that offers protection and security in such a challenging environment. When it comes to selecting a location for their nest, cactus wrens typically choose dense desert shrubs or large, spiny cacti, such as saguaro or prickly pear. These birds are very particular about their choice of nest site, as they need a location that offers both concealment and protection for their eggs and young. The nest is typically placed in the fork of a cactus or in the dense foliage of a shrub, usually 3 to 10 feet above the ground, ensuring that the young are kept safe from ground-based predators. The process of building the nest is primarily undertaken by the female cactus wren, although the male may assist in gathering materials. The nest itself is a sturdy, cup-shaped structure made from a variety of materials, including twigs, grasses, feathers, and plant fibers. The female carefully weaves the materials together, creating a dense, insulated home that provides warmth and protection for the eggs. The nest measures about 6 to 8 inches in diameter, with a depth of around 4 to 5 inches. The cactus wren's nest is designed to withstand the desert's harsh conditions, with a strong base and a soft lining to ensure the safety and comfort of the young. Building a nest typically takes the female about 5 to 7 days, depending on the availability of materials. The result is a well-constructed home that blends seamlessly into its desert surroundings, offering the cactus wren a secure and sheltered place to raise its family. Black-naped monarch nest. The black-naped monarch is a strikingly beautiful bird found across Southeast Asia, particularly in forests, woodlands, and gardens. With its deep blue plumage and black nape, the black-naped monarch is a common sight in its range, where it is often seen flitting through the canopy and feeding on insects. These small, energetic birds are known for their elaborate nesting behavior, which helps ensure the safety and survival of their offspring. They prefer to build their nests in well-hidden spots, providing protection from both predators and the elements. The female is primarily responsible for choosing the nest site, looking for a sheltered location where the nest can be well concealed among the leaves or branches. The chosen site is typically a few meters above the ground, offering both safety and a vantage point from which the birds can survey their surroundings. The nest itself is a small, cup-shaped structure, carefully woven from twigs, plant fibers, and leaves. The female gathers materials from the surrounding vegetation, using her delicate beak to construct the nest with precision. The inside of the nest is lined with softer materials such as feathers, fur, or fine grasses, creating a warm, insulated environment for the eggs. The nest usually measures about 4 to 5 inches in diameter and around 3 inches deep, providing just enough space for the female to lay her eggs and, later, care for the chicks. And constructing a nest typically takes around 5 to 7 days. Flamingo nest. Flamingos are iconic wading birds known for their striking pink or red plumage, long legs, and distinctive curved bills. Found in shallow coastal regions across the world, flamingos are social creatures, often seen in large flocks in areas such as salt lakes, mudflats, and coastal lagoons. These birds are famous not only for their beauty, but also for their fascinating and unique nesting behaviors, which play a crucial role in the survival of their species. Flamingos build their nests in large colonies, typically on mudflats, salt pans, or islands where there is little disturbance. The ideal location is often near water, as flamingos rely on aquatic environments for food, such as algae, crustaceans, and small fish. The construction of a flamingo nest involves both the male and female working together. They build a mound-like nest out of mud, clay, and other organic materials they collect from their surroundings. The birds use their bills to gather mud, and then they mold the material into a cone-shaped structure. The nests are usually about 12 to 18 inches high and around 12 inches wide at the base, providing just enough space for a single egg to rest on top. The top of the mound is often smoothed down to create a flat surface where the egg can be safely incubated. The flamingo's nest is designed to keep the egg elevated and insulated, protecting it from the harsh environment and from potential predators. Orange-footed scrubfowl nest. The orange-footed scrubfowl is a unique and fascinating bird found in the forests and woodlands of northern Australia and parts of New Guinea. Known for their distinctive orange-colored feet and large, robust bodies, these birds are part of a group called megapodes, which are famous for their unusual nesting behavior. Unlike many other birds, the orange-footed scrubfowl does not incubate its eggs in the traditional manner, but instead relies on environmental heat sources to hatch them. The nest of the orange-footed scrubfowl is an impressive structure that reflects its adaptive behavior to the environment. These birds choose to build their nests on the forest floor, typically in a secluded area where the surrounding vegetation offers protection. The chosen location is often near a natural heat source, such as a sun-warmed patch of earth or decaying vegetation, which helps regulate the temperature of the eggs. The site is carefully selected to ensure that the eggs are kept at the right temperature for incubation, without the need for direct parental warmth. The nest itself is a large mound constructed from a variety of materials, including leaves, twigs, dirt, and plant matter. The orange-footed scrubfowl gathers these materials from the forest floor, using its strong feet and beak to pile them into a large mound, which can reach up to 3 feet in height and several feet in diameter. The size of the nest provides sufficient space for several eggs, typically around 3 to 5. Once the mound is built, the female lays her eggs at the base, and the male may add more material to maintain the nest's size and warmth. The construction of the nest takes several weeks to complete, with the birds continually adding to it throughout the nesting season. Roseate spoonbill nest. The roseate spoonbill is a striking wading bird known for its vivid pink plumage, long spoon-shaped bill, and graceful appearance. Found in coastal wetlands, shallow lakes, and estuaries across the Americas, The roseate spoonbill is often seen foraging in shallow waters, using its distinctive bill to sweep through the mud in search of small fish, crustaceans, and aquatic insects. Roseate spoonbills typically build their nests in colonies, often located in secluded, densely vegetated areas such as mangrove swamps, cypress trees, or shrubs near the water. The trees or shrubs selected are usually about 10 to 30 feet above the ground, allowing the birds to keep their nests safe from ground-based predators while being close enough to water for easy access to food. The nest is a large, bowl-shaped structure made of twigs, sticks, and other plant materials, which the spoonbills collect from the surrounding area. They use their strong bills to gather the materials and arrange them into a sturdy base. The female typically does most of the construction, but the male assists by bringing materials to the site. The nests are often large, around 12 to 18 inches in diameter, with a depth of about 8 to 10 inches, providing enough space to accommodate several eggs. The inside of the nest is lined with softer materials, such as grasses or leaves, to ensure the eggs remain secure and comfortable. Building a nest usually takes about 5 to 7 days. Common raven nest. The common raven, Corvus corax, is a highly intelligent and adaptable bird found across a wide range of habitats, from forests and mountains to deserts and urban environments. Known for its glossy black feathers, large size, and distinctive call, the raven is a resourceful creature with remarkable problem-solving abilities. Ravens choose their nest sites with great care. They typically build their nests in tall trees, cliffs, or on ledges, where the nest is well protected and offers a good vantage point of the surrounding area. While ravens are known to be opportunistic in their nest site selection, they often choose places that are isolated and relatively free from disturbance. In some cases, they may even nest in man-made structures such as bridges or tall buildings, showing their adaptability to human environments. The construction of a raven's nest is a detailed and collaborative process. Both the male and female participate in building the nest, using a wide variety of materials that they gather from their surroundings. These include twigs, branches, grasses, feathers, and even human-made items like string or plastic. The nest itself is large and bulky, typically measuring about 2 to 3 feet in diameter and up to 2 feet deep. Ravens build their nests in layers, starting with a sturdy base of larger branches, followed by smaller twigs and softer materials for lining. The female generally arranges the interior with a finer lining of feathers, moss, and other soft materials to create a comfortable and insulated environment for the eggs. The entire nesting process takes anywhere from 5 to 7 days to complete, although the pair may continue to add to the nest throughout the breeding season. Blue jay nest. The blue jay, Cyanoceta cristata, is a striking and highly intelligent bird known for its vibrant blue plumage, distinct crest, and loud, varied calls. Commonly found throughout North America, blue jays are a familiar presence in forests, parks, and suburban areas. The construction of a blue jay's nest is a collaborative effort between the male and female. These birds are known to use a wide variety of materials to build their nests, including twigs, bark, grasses, leaves, and pine needles. They gather these materials from the forest floor, the surrounding trees, and even from human settlements. The nest itself is cup-shaped and measures about 8 to 12 inches in diameter. It is built in several layers, with a strong base made of larger twigs and branches, followed by a layer of smaller twigs and a soft lining of moss, feathers, and sometimes even pieces of cloth or string. The depth of the nest can vary, but typically ranges from 5 to 6 inches. This multi-layered construction provides stability and insulation, ensuring a comfortable environment for the eggs. The entire process of nest building typically takes about 3 to 5 days, although the birds may continue to add finishing touches during the incubation period. Malleefowl nest. The malleefowl, Lepoa ocellata, is a fascinating and unique bird native to the arid regions of Australia. Known for its large size, distinctive appearance, and ground-dwelling habits, the malleefowl is unlike most other birds. Rather than building typical nests in trees or shrubs, malleefowl typically build their nests in open, sandy or loamy soil within the dense scrubland or mallee woodlands that characterize their habitat. The construction of a malleefowl nest is a labor-intensive process, with both the male and female contributing to the mound. These nests are quite large, typically measuring 3 to 5 feet in diameter and up to 2 feet high. The mound is built from a variety of materials, including dry leaves, branches, bark, and grasses, which the malleefowl collects from the surrounding area. The mound is carefully constructed in layers, with the core composed of larger sticks and branches, while the outer layers are made up of finer materials. The bird's remarkable technique involves using the heat from decaying plant material within the mound to maintain a stable temperature for the developing eggs. The mound's construction usually takes a few weeks, and once it is built, the female lays her eggs at the base, where the heat from the surrounding materials will help incubate them. Crested caracara nest. The crested caracara, Caracara cherryway, is a striking bird of prey found primarily in southern United States, Mexico, and Central America. Known for its distinctive crest, strong beak, and scavenging habits, the crested caracara thrives in a variety of habitats, from open fields and savannas to grasslands and deserts. While often seen scavenging for food, these birds are also adept hunters and are highly territorial, especially when it comes to nesting. Crested caracaras typically build their nests in tall trees or sometimes in large shrubs, often around the edges of open areas, near water, or within forested regions. They tend to select locations with a good vantage point to spot potential threats or prey, as these birds are highly observant. The nest itself is large, measuring approximately 2 to 3 feet in diameter, with a depth of about 1 to 2 feet. The process of building the nest can take several weeks, depending on the availability of materials and weather conditions. Once completed, the female lays a clutch of 1 to 3 eggs, which both parents take turns incubating. Pied-billed grebe nest. The pied-billed grebe, Podolimbus podiceps, is a small, stout water bird commonly found in wetlands across North America. Recognized by its distinctive black-ringed bill and compact body, this grebe is an expert swimmer and diver, often seen gliding across ponds, lakes, and marshes. While they are not strong flyers, pied-billed grebes are incredibly well adapted to aquatic environments, using their lobed feet for agile swimming. The nesting habits of the pied-billed grebe are just as intriguing as the bird itself, reflecting its need for both security and concealment in its watery habitat. When selecting a location for their nests, pied-billed grebes prefer shallow, freshwater environments like ponds, marshes, and lakes with abundant vegetation. The nests are typically built in areas with dense aquatic plants, such as cattails or reeds, which provide both shelter and camouflage from predators. These birds are known for their ability to construct floating nests, often anchored to the surrounding vegetation, allowing the nest to stay afloat even as the water level rises or falls. The chosen site is crucial for the grebe's success, as it offers protection from predators while still providing easy access to the open water for feeding. The materials used to build the nest are primarily plant matter, including grasses, reeds, and cattails. The female grebe collects these materials and arranges them into a small, cup-shaped nest. While the nest may appear simple, it is carefully crafted to be buoyant and stable. The size of the nest is relatively modest, typically around 10 to 15 inches in diameter, with a depth of about 6 inches. Once the nest is constructed, the female lays a clutch of 4 to 6 eggs, which she incubates with the male's assistance. Nest building and egg incubation are done swiftly, with the entire process taking just a few weeks. The pied-billed grebe's ability to build a secure and floating nest reflects its adaptation to a life spent in the water, ensuring its young are raised in a protected, stable environment. As we've journeyed through the intricacies of these birds' nesting behaviors, we've been given a unique window into the marvels of nature. Each nest, whether hidden high in the treetops or carefully crafted on the ground, tells a story of survival, ingenuity, and the remarkable diversity of the natural world. These birds, with their diverse approaches to raising their young, offer us valuable lessons in adaptation and resourcefulness. Their ability to thrive in even the most challenging environments reminds us of the delicate balance that sustains life on Earth. It's a privilege to share these insights with you, and as we continue to explore the wonders of nature together, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth stories like this. Be sure to share this video with your friends and fellow nature lovers so that we can all contribute to a greater appreciation of wildlife and the vital ecosystems they inhabit. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more fascinating stories from the natural world.